Allow me to introduce Geralt of Rivia, a Witcher. Geralt, Jarl Donar and Hinder, and Jarl Madman Lugos.
Calling Lugos a madman's an insult to madmen. He's a common goat fucker.
Call me a goat fucker one more time, and I'll chop off your head, stick it on a pike, and piss down your neck hole.
Enough! Time to settle this. Here and now.
Oh, ha ha ha! Giving me a true fright right now. Shat my best trousers. Put that away before you cut yourself, you cunt.
Thought Skelligers called a truce for feasts.
I know the hallowed customs, but Lugos ought to know that I'll not let him raid my Hinders bear.
You don't scare anyone, Donar. I'll be boys soon to plough your priestesses, drink from your tankard, and shit on your table. Be sure to leave a candle lit for me.
Emperor would be very pleased to hear you quarrel.
His Imperial Majesty is more than welcome to visit.
Just out of curiosity, why do they call you Madman?
Yeah! That's why.
Two clans on one island. Tough to be neighbors so near each other?
A neighbor is one who lives nearby, not one who stole half your home. The Oncrate seized our lands.
In the days of Harold the Cripple. That was 3 centuries ago.
Doesn't change the fact they had no right. I'll rid Ard Skellig of crack and his brood yet.
Welcome to another Witcher lore video. I was considering what video to make today when I thought back to a series that I did quite a while ago, and this series was known as the Clans of Skellige. Then I realised that it's been quite a while since I last made a video about something in the Skelligan culture, so I've decided to make today's video on the Skelligan clan, Clan Drummond. Clan Drummond currently controls the southern half of the Isle of Ard Skellig. They do this from their home, Caer next to their capital, the village of Holmstein. But this area of Skellig did not always belong to this clan. Originally, this clan was said to hail from the Isle of Undvik. Undvik is currently ruled by a different clan, but I have made a video on that clan in this Clans of Skellige series, so be sure to check that out if you want to find out more about that clan. Anyway, moving on, the founder of this clan is Modolf, and he was said to be the son of Hemdall. He wasn't particularly brave or wise, he also had none of the special gifts that would befit a son of Hemdall. He did, however, lead an unruly life full of great adventures. In his lifetime, he never discovered what his unique gift was. Perhaps his descendants, who left the Isle of Undvik and invaded Ard Skellig, claiming half the isle for themselves, will one day discover what this gift is. The clan's biggest rival is Clan Oncrate, mainly because Clan Oncrate currently controls the other half of Ard Skellig. Clan Drummond actually wished to own the whole isle, but for now, they simply own the southern area of it. Clan Drummond was also known to have a tradition of pillaging the possessions of a fellow Skelligan clan, this clan being Clan Haemi. Now to discuss this clan's fortress. As said before, this clan rules over the southern part of Ard Skellig from their fortress of Caer, but it is interesting to note that this fortress does actually have an Elder Speech translation, this translation being Sea Fortress. It is located in the southern cliffs of Ard Skellig, next to the village of Holmstein, and there is also a brief map description of this fortress that I will read to you now. This fortress has served Clan Drummond's home base for centuries. The days when it was new and in full repair are a distant memory now. Next, for the village of Holmstein. Holmstein acts as the capital to this clan's lands, and it is simply a small village. It has a small port south of the main village, simply known as Holmstein's Port. It isn't a very impressive port, but there is a fast travel point there. Only 2 quests in The Witcher 3 require you to go directly to this village, and these are the quests Fist of Fury Skellige and A Hallowed Horn. Next, for this clan's members, there is Lugos Hairlip, and he is the father of Madman Lugos, and he was killed by 2 Oncrate warriors during a raid. There is also Madman Lugos, he was the leader of this clan, at least at the start of The Witcher 3. Madman Lugos can die, but only if the player chooses Cerys or Hjalmar to become the ruler of Skellige. He is slain by Geralt should he die. If you don't side with either of the Oncrate children, he lives. I'll make a full video on this character in the future, but for now that's just some basic information. There is Madman Lugos' cousin, who is said to be a weak and stupid commander. He just wanted to constantly invade the Arncrates, but he wasn't really powerful enough to do it, and he didn't really have the intelligence to do it. There is also Blue Boy Lugos, the only child of Madman Lugos, and therefore the heir to the entire possessions of Clan Drummond. Blue Boy Lugos was sadly killed in The Witcher 3 during the Caertrolder massacre. I will also make a full video on this character in the future, as there's quite a lot to say about him. There is also Einar, who is said to be the illegitimate son of Madman Lugos. There is also Lars the Fox, who was the captain of a fleet belonging to Clan Drummond. His main longship was sadly sunk near the Nilfgaardian shore, and his entire crew perished. There is also Leif, Kori, and Kraki, and there is also Harold Tortenson. Next, there is Uwe Jabberjaw, who was a friend of Blue Boy Lugos. He was mute and said to be this way due to tearing out his own tongue, after he drunkenly cursed the monarch Bran Tuirsect. There is also Eubin the Great. He was not a confirmed member of this clan, but members of Clan Drummond seem to hold him in high regard. Therefore, it is assumed that he may be a legendary figure of this clan. And finally, there is Yorulf the Wolverine, and he is another of Blue Boy Lugos' friends. Clan Drummond also has a few warriors that are shown to us in Gwent the Witcher card game. These warriors include the Clan Drummond Queensguard, the Clan Drummond Shield Maidens, and the Clan Drummond Warmongers. From these cards' art, we can see that this clan seems to favour the colours ranging from brown to blue to purple in their attire. Before I move on to the final part of today's video, here's a bit of trivia about this clan. In the real world, Drummond is a Scottish name meaning at the ridge, and this clan is named after the real Scottish clan, Clan Drummond. Finally, to end today's video, a quote about this clan. A neighbour is one who lives nearby, not one who stole half your home. The Arncrates seized our land, open bracket, Geralt talking about Harold the Cripple, close bracket, doesn't change the fact they had no right. I'll rid our Skellig of Krak and his brood yet. Jarl Madman Lugos about relations with Clan Arncrate. Anyway guys, I hope you've all enjoyed today's Witcher lore video. This has been quite a fun one to make. I think this clan's quite an interesting one in The Witcher 3. I always felt as if Madman Lugos really left a good impression when you first meet him in The Witcher 3, as it's pretty early on in the Skellige questline, and he's kind of there quite a lot. You can have the fun quest with his son, and I just think it's a cool clan all in all. And I always love the fact that they sort of came from somewhere that was worse, and they've developed this new land into something that's better, and they invaded and took it over and stuff. It's always interesting when you have sort of a, I suppose you could say almost an underdog story. As always guys, if you've enjoyed today's Witcher lore video, I'd really appreciate you liking it. It genuinely helps out the channel so much, and it's really kind of you. Be sure to share it with anyone that you think might enjoy The Witcher, or you just want to support me, as that's really kind to do as well. If this is the first video you're finding on my channel, be sure to subscribe. I do Witcher lore videos every week, at least once. I might do 2, it sort of depends. And also I do Witcher playthrough parts, and I alternate a Middle-earth and Elder Scrolls lore video, but that can depend. It can also be a Witcher lore video. It's pretty sort of random that day, and that's usually I think a Friday for you guys. I record that on a Thursday, so be sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss any of those videos. And also be sure to follow me on Twitter. I do updates on there whenever anything interesting with the channel is happening. Say if I'm going to do something that I think is quite cool, say if I have a video idea, say if I just want to tell you that the videos have come out, or I just want to ask you guys questions, or just say stuff. It's pretty much on Twitter, so be sure to follow me on there, as it's really helpful. And also be sure to follow me on Twitch. I'll try and stream there at some point. There's a few games that I kind of feel like might be quite fun on there. I was thinking potentially maybe doing something like For Honor, which I know isn't exactly a well-played game at the moment, but I have been enjoying playing that here and there. And also, Star Wars Battlefront 2 is actually not terrible now. They fixed a lot of the microtransaction problems that was in the early game, so I could play something like that on there, or even just maybe even Thronebreaker or something like that. But yeah, be sure to follow me on Twitch if you don't want to miss any of those streams. Also, be sure to join the Reddit and Discord. Feel free to post whatever you want on the Reddit. The Discord has a lot of people on it, so you could probably find someone cool there, have a chat there. It's always fun. All these things that I talk about in the outro are down in the description, so if you just want to have a convenient way to get to any of it, it's all down there. And finally guys, as always, a big thank you to the Patreon pledges. You guys are honestly amazing, and it's very, very kind what you do. I just want to say thank you to every single one of these names. You're honestly so helpful, especially in a month like January, where the revenue for YouTube videos, I honestly would say it's maybe a third of what it is in December, or the previous months. It's really, really low. I honestly, I don't want to get into why, but I just wanted to say thank you to every single one of the Patreon pledges. You guys are honestly amazing. Anyway guys, I hope you've all enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Have an awesome rest of the week.